Sexism in the tech industry. My name is Ashley Sherlin. Hi everybody. Men jobs. There are many jobs that are still to this day labeled as men jobs, or jobs that are male dominating and don't have as many women in the certain jobs, such as engineering, mechanic, electrician, welding, construction, and more. You can tell these examples, there are a lot more men than women. It is an issue, though it may not seem as it is. My experience, freshman year of college, my major was electrical engineering, and I experienced sexism. I do believe the men didn't realize it, but I was the only one doing the paperwork for group projects instead of actually on the project. So no, it wasn't like harsh comments, and no one was like, oh, you're a woman, you can't do this. But I think, subconsciously maybe, because like I said, I don't think they realized it. But there was a project of, building a Lego car, I believe. And I was the one doing, the outline and the report about the project, where they were actually building the car and performing it or driving it. So that is my experience. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, a field of jobs that are male-dominating and where sexism is a common issue. So mine was in engineering, but it is also common in science fields and technology and mathematics, where because STEM is associated all together, is because a lot of science majors, you have math. A lot of engineering is science and math. So they all are cohesive. Pay gap. STEM fields are jobs that are seen as men jobs, including the tech industry. Because of this, women get paid tremendously less than men. Women, especially women of color, who pursue additional years of education and likely take on tens of thousands of dollars in student debt, are held back from making the same as men with less educational experience under their belt. So that is from one of my sources, and as you can see, this quote also had this chart, so they do go together, and you can see that men that have a master's or more education earn more than $40,000 more than a woman does. So a woman has to have a bachelor's to earn more than a man that has an associate's. Sexual harassment. When people think of sexism, the first thing they think of is sexual harassment, which is also an issue and considered sexism. Another one of my sources reported that these behaviors are reported commonly among youth in many countries and become more prevalent across adolescence, especially towards girls 18, 35, 36, which, women are sexualized in the media, and that definitely doesn't help. So women in a male-dominating field is likely to experience sexual harassment, whether it's comments or inappropriate touching. But sexism isn't the only reason. Girls earn higher average grades than boys in math and science courses throughout school in many industrialized nations. Yet women remain underrepresented in occupations related to math-intensive science fields such as physics, computer science, so the tech industry, and engineering. Several individual, interpersonal, and institutional factors undermine girls' motivations and achievement in these subjects. So what I'm saying is, even though girls do have higher grades or are interested in it, they are less represented and they get less recognition. So, relating to that, women can be a part of sexism too. It isn't just harsh comments or companies paying women less. It includes women themselves, how they are raising their daughters and sons. So teach your daughters empowerment and to not back down, because it is scary when a field is male dominant, it's intimidating. And then teach your sons to encourage women and don't regard them in a male dominating field. So if you're in a male dominant field and you're a guy and you see a woman, like, encourage her, treat her the same, really, and just don't be like, oh, she's a woman, she can't do it, or she's not smart enough, because she is. Encourage is the key word for parents, friends, and teachers. So the way, like, kids can be raising, like, parents might not, like, they might shy away because parents or teachers or friends just make little comments, or like, oh, girls can't do that, but they can. So in conclusion, sexism is an issue in the tech industry and STEM related fields, but not the only issue. In the end, women will choose the career they want, but in some cases, women don't get involved because of sexism, because it is intimidating to be surrounded around a bunch of men that know what they're doing, and even though the woman knows what she's doing, it's still intimidating, because women are, they definitely, I don't know how to say it, like, relate to each other, and they appreciate other women supporting them, so when they don't have women around, it's intimidating. The tech industry is growing every day, taking labor jobs away, but is creating IT jobs. Be strong and do what you feel is right. Fight for gender equality, and each day will be closer to making it happen. So it's a big thing to make sure that, I mean, it's the same as, like, racism and everything, that, like, we just want equality, but just this is about sexism and for women in male dominating fields. And those are my sources that I used, and thank you everybody for listening, and I hope you learned a lot.